What's up, guys? Welcome back. Amazing RC. It's your boy Brian, and as you can see, we've got our Wpl D12, our little Suzuki carry here, and as you might remember, we're going to take this and build it right into a track truck. We're going to take it down to my buddy Denny's over at Smoky Mountain Hobbies. We're going to run it on his indoor carpet track in FPV. Before I tear this little guy apart, I thought it might be a good idea kind of get a little bit of a baseline. So that's what we're doing today. Today, we're going to take our little FPV here, which we got by Fat Shark. It's a little Fat Shark Scout, little visor FPV. You guys have seen it in a few of my other videos. I love this thing. It weighs nothing. You can attach it to basically anything, and then you're on your way with FPV. Well, that's what we're doing here. So this is a completely bone stock D12 WPL. That's why I've got an extra receiver here, extra ESC, extra battery. All this is running my FPV. I didn't really know how to give it less than 6 volts, which is what it says it takes. I didn't want to blow it up, so I figured if I just ran it through its own little receiver, we should have no problem. And we didn't. So we're going to take our nice little stock truck here, and I had a little course mapped out in our kitchen and living room, and I ran this around as fast as, well, my little mind could drive. One of the things that I absolutely love is that this vehicle feels comfortable on a track setup, and that's bone stock with the tires that it has on here. The suspension, it actually has a pretty decent suspension. Now, we haven't taken this apart yet. I do know by watching other people's videos that the front suspension is on like a kind of a torsion bar. So we may run into some pretty interesting stuff along the way, because remember, we're going to take like a 540 brushed or brushless motor, some crazy motor, and jam it in this thing and basically drive us on out as fast as we can go out on a track. In taking this out there on our little makeshift track, using the stock transmitter was fine. I mean, it worked. The proportional steering worked absolutely fine. It took me 3 or 4 laps to kind of get going, but once I finally got the groove, I did smash about 6 or 7 laps in a row before I went head on into something, because my FPV battery was just this little tiny 2-cell here. So over the course of several minutes, I started to lose the ability to see. And, well, even with the memory of the course, I started, nicking the oven. And at first I took my mirror off, this is the really cool part. I think I have it out in the living room still somewhere, but the mirror's fine. It popped off, I kept right on going, and I went and picked it up, and I know it's going to snap right back in. This truck took a header into the ottoman, and then I took the mirror off over here, and aside from having to put the mirror back on, this thing held up no problem. It runs great. It ran faster than what I was going to drive it out there. I felt like I was going to run head on into something, just because the course that I had laid out was just a simple figure 8, but when you're driving 50 scale miles an hour and everything is a turn, it kind of gets a little scary, especially when the battery starts to kind of creep away. But now that we have our baseline here, guys, I'll tell you what, man, I love this truck. I've got the body kit coming right now. It's this one that you see here. I know for a fact one of the things that I want to do, I've already seen it on other people's models, not specifically a D12, but other people's, drift models. The way that this front bumper is set up right here with the body kit, I want to put like a little intercooler behind it, you know, or even right in front of it. Something very Japanese, you know. I just think that's going to look so cool. Maybe even run some authentic tubing, you know. I've got so many little bits and pieces here, but I'm going to get this thing completely tore down. That's going to be the next video featuring this truck. Remember, guys, we've got our C34 here. This one's going to get torn apart here very, very soon. We're going to go ahead and paint this with Flex Seal. And then I've got a JY66 coming. That's that little black Jeep. It just got shipped about 2 days ago, so it'll be maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks to get here from China. Once I get my hands on that, guys, I'm very, very excited to get that out as well. And then I don't know if I'm going to pick up an SCX24 and something else. I know that Senduro Elemento, they have a 24 scale truck as well. It's quite a bit less expensive than the SCX24, but I'm thinking of picking both of them up at the same time and do some really cool comparison videos. I want to build a micro track down in the basement. One of the things that I'm doing with this FPV that you're seeing this evening is I'm not only practicing for this to be a track truck, but I've got a good bit of space downstairs in the basement. I was thinking of taking something relatively small and that handles well, like our track truck here, and build a multi-level track, a little carpet track downstairs in the basement that I can sit and go FPV and face the entire track. So I'll have perfect, you know, signal and reception the entire time. I just think that that's going to be not only an amazing video sitting, you know, inside the cockpit, just like you guys got this evening, because, I mean, once you build something like that that's dedicated as a track and not your living room, you can paint it the way you want to. You can do lights the way you want to. You can go little secret routes. You can change the track, just like my buddy Denny up at Smoky Mountain. I kind of want to have a little something like that down in the basement for small cars, small FPV. I just think it's going to be an absolute riot. Plus, I want to do a rock crawling course, like I said, the SCX24, some of the real small micro course stuff. I'm a woodworker by trade, so I think that building a real cool micro course and a little carpet track all in the same, you know, 600 square feet, I think would just be an absolute riot. So look out for that 2021, guys. That is right now. And also, I'm going to be running a lot of you choose 2021 things. Remember, you guys chose this to be a track truck. I'm going to be running all kinds of stuff at you guys this entire year. We're going to see how that goes. Colors for things that we're going to purchase, final, you know, drafts on things. I mean, I want to get you guys completely involved in all this. You guys have been amazing for the last 2.5 years, almost 3 years that I got really involved in the YouTube thing. So lots to come, guys. Next up with this, we're going to go ahead and tear it down. So look out for that. I'll leave you guys with a few more laps, but till the very next video, guys, we'll get you something really, really cool very, very soon. Until then, this is Brian, and this is Amazing RC.